Welcome to episode 485 of Fourth and Drawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn and Primo, aka Prime, in the building. And hopefully you're enjoying the off season as we're going to tackle some subjects. Man, we missed a couple topics over the last couple days, but I mean, to start off, this guy right here, Brandon Graham, retiring. I know a lot of people will roll up to me on a random day and like, "Hey, man, are you related to Brandon Graham?" No, I'm not. I wish I was, but I love Brandon Graham. I mean, who doesn't? If you're not an Eagle fan, I don't know if you don't understand his trajectory. I think he's got one of the best story arcs of any Eagle players out there. You can go from the blocked by Brandon movement at a certain time in the period. You could say the words like Earl Thomas, and it could trigger certain things in emotions in some people, or like a Kyle Hamilton for Evan now. But I think we got it right. We Brandon Graham has 2 Super Bowls. Earl Thomas has 1. So just talk about him in the community, what he's done, what he's meant to me. Always been a positive, fresh air. Like when he walks in the room, the aura changes. I think him at the Trent Cole camp, me and Primo went to, great with the kids, got an opportunity to sit and listen to him explain the strip sack, and he kept playing that play over and over again. I was like, you can play that for an hour. But just the way he just is present in the community, shows up for anyone that wants to work with him. He's been the mayor. I mean, Evan, I mean, how have you been? I mean, you did you shed a tear during the Brandon Graham speech?
I got to be honest, I did. Of course, I did. Brandon Graham, it goes down as one of my all-time favorite Eagles that's ever put on the Midnight Green, man. Brandon Graham had a phenomenal career. I mean, sticking around to win 2 Super Bowls. You got Lane Johnson's, sticking around, hoping to maybe get some more. But BG is one of those core 4 guys. And also like just an ambassador for the team. Like you look at any time the Eagles end up signing a new player, they end up getting a draft pick, whatever. Always them like first time at the NovaCare complex. Who's always the first person that ends up greeting? It's Brandon Graham, man. Brandon Graham was always that guy, and infectious laugh, and just always, like you said, would brighten up a room. And it's a good thing that it seems like he wants to stick around. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys had heard, but him sitting there talking about how he wants to sit down with Harry Roseman and see in what capacity he could stick around on the team. I fully endorse that. I would love to keep his energy inside the building. He's a glue guy. And so they're losing that out on the field. But if we're able to maintain that in the building in some capacity, it would be great. So, kudos to him for a great career. Personally, I believe you're not going to be able to retire everybody's number, but Brandon Graham is one of those guys that deserves to have his number retired. So thank you, BG.
Yeah, definitely a sad day it was. Seeing the farewell interview that he gave. BG is definitely going to have a place in my heart. I gotta be honest. Quick BG story is like, when he first came into the league, I wasn't on the whole BG train. I just didn't know if he was up to the par, to play that position and to become a starter eventually for the Birds. And then like as years went on, he grew onto me, man. And then respected him. It was like I grew up with him within the 15 years that he played here. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you see your little brother out there on the field, and you're like, yo, giving him mad props to what he's doing and putting together, becoming a leader, being nominated for Walter Payton twice in his career, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, winning 2 Super Bowls out of 3 appearances that he's been there with the team. So, it's definitely a way to go out. I know when he had torn his tricep, he had spoke on not, coming back because he didn't want to finish out that way. But man, he saw the way the team was going, and he put in a lot of work to get back on that field. And I personally think he told the doctor, and the doctor had already told him, you have a chance of tearing this thing again. And I think BG just put that shit to the side and was like, look, I want to be out there with my boys. I want to go ahead and win. And he did. So, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that played a factor in his decision making. He went out like a champ, and what better way than to go ahead and call it, you know what I mean, call it a career. Definitely will be missed. You know, I'm pretty sure the captain title will go ahead and be filled in. And it looks like he actually passed the torch to Jalen Hurts that day. You know what I'm saying? Like calling him up on the stage and giving him props. And it was just like, you know, it was like the changing of the guard for me. Like just seeing it. So yeah, you know, it's some big shoes that somebody in that depth chart is gonna have to fill up. And you know, it's gonna be interesting to see. But you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely you know, shout out to BG and thank you for your 15 years of, you know, doing your thing, man, and the shit talk is definitely going to be missed. Looking forward to seeing who's going to be that next man up to go ahead and take over that place.
It is crazy to think about. Like you talk about 15 years, and like when you think about it, like NFL seasons almost feels like poker chips are to money. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like the same thing as a year. And just thinking about like I'm 30 years old. I was 15 when BG started playing for the Eagles. Like I was a sophomore in high school. That's crazy to think about, man. Like it's been a long time.
That's 8 episodes straight now. Evan has mentioned.
Old.
I'm keeping tabs. I'm keeping tabs on how many times you called yourself old, bro.
Well, Gail's beating it into my head, bro. I hear it every time I talk to him.
Washed. Speaking of washed, Tim Kincaid, how you doing today?
Wow, that's a great
What intro, man. How you feeling about BG, man?
I'm not washed, by the way. But this is the end of an era. This is the end of an era. I mean, there was a meme going around. I think it was Lane Johnson with the Will Smith, Fresh Prince, and he's by himself. You know, he had the white shirt and the jeans and the Jordan 11 Columbias on. He's just looking around like everybody left, and this is him. It's man, I didn't want this to happen, but it happened the great way, right? Your heroes eventually die. They or not die, they retire. Had to rephrase that. It just, you know, you have to redo your Mount Rushmore now. Because BG has to be up there now.
He's been up
BG okay, I don't know. I want to put it out there. I want to put it out there in the universe. He better be on there. Especially you young bulls out here talking about, oh, Reggie White's not on mine. Okay. All right, I'm not saying that he's in that Reggie White era or in that category, but he better be in that Mount Rushmore. But
it's a tough scene out there for the Mount Rushmore.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we got fellas. We're champions, multi-champions. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love the way that BG conducted himself around the city. I've heard so many stories between the three of you guys and you meeting him and just how genuine and how he personable and brings you in. He, you know, his personality it just gravitates throughout the community. And the way he went out, come on, man, like it's chef kiss. I know he most definitely Primo. You definitely right though. He wasn't supposed to play. He was not supposed to play.
He cleared himself.
Yeah,
he went to Hollywood Hearn Medicals for that one.
He said, Hollywood, I'm the doctor.
I'm the doctor.
Looks good, Brandon.
Now a lot of people at the Super Bowl parade, everyone was expecting him to retire. He was supposed to retire, and remember I had mentioned that heard that he wanted to hang up his jersey or his over the Rocky statue, but I thought this picture with the cleats was super fitting. I just like the way he did it. And the Eagles wanted him to wait and give him his flowers at another moment. But I think just, you know, Prime talk about passing the torch to the next leaders in this locker room. It's, you know, you got Jalen Hurts. I mean, yeah, guys like Devonta Smith, AJ Brown. You have Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata. I mean, there's a lot of young guns. It's just to think about it. Just
And
saying
you
what
could
you.
actually, I was going to say, you could actually factor in the young guns that came in this past year. I mean, the mentality, and the work that they put in to also contribute to the championship. Yo, it'd be nice to see one of those boys step up.
Let me ask you guys a question, because I mean we could talk about leadership, we could talk about that, but I think that one thing we're kind of missing this year. Like we're losing CJ Gardner Johnson, we're losing BG. We're talking two elite shit talkers, and that may not seem like a big deal, but you look at the year that we collapsed, and that team, it lacked grit, it lacked heart, and
Yeah.
that's why they collapsed. And so it's not just like it's not just shit talk. Like who is going to be the heartbeat of that defense now that ignites everybody else around them? You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
Nolan Smith.
I
I
was
think
just
he's
getting
got
ready to
some.
say,
I was getting
Yeah,
ready to say that.
and your son, and your son.
Quinn. I mean, it's we're left in good hands, and I think Vic Fangio, he's got a lot to mold. And think about we still have a lot of starters coming back. So again, what we're going into today is going to be, we're obviously going to talk about Devonta Smith interview. Going to talk about some of the team visits that happened. I actually got an interview with one of the guys, Jalen Travis, at the Senior Bowl. So I was ahead of the curve. Eagles still looking for a job.
Forsyth Saunders.
We put up the interview on our YouTube page if you want to go listen to that. He's a really good dude. But and then we're gonna take our first stab at a mock draft. I know Ev was
Let's go, Primo.
asking one for a couple of days ago, but it's gonna be very interesting. There are a lot of people with the trying to figure out who they want, and it's a good problem to be at 32 and winning the Super Bowl. So beggars can't be choosers in the first round.
But I mean, you look historically at how Howie Roseman operates, and you got to be paying attention to those top 30 visits. That they tend to. There's a reason that they choose to talk to these guys, and the way that a lot of these top 30 visits seem to be lining up, looks like offensive linemen could be definitely in play in the first round. Which, you know what, if I'm being completely real with you, and I know how, and I'm acting like I know Howie Roseman, I don't think we're even drafting in the first round. I think we end up trading back, and that's a realistic scenario. But still, that first selection that the Eagles end up taking in that draft, it's probably going to be someone that was in one of those top 30 visits, and I could see it being an O lineman.
Interesting. I mean, I used to do top 30 visits for NBC back in the day, and it was like one of those. It's like it's if you can, and people used to laugh at me back in the day, but if you look at what the Eagles have done, a lot of the guys that they have followed, man, it's the who's who on this roster of teams of people they met with, whether it be at the combine, whether it be at pro days. I can remember the Eagles tight end coach drooling over the site of Dallas Goedert. It was a weird scene. They had photos and everything. I was like, bro, they are drafting Dallas Goedert. So I think some of the picks that we, offensive line, that's 4 offensive linemen. And you're looking at where they rank. So, Jalen Travis, when I seen him, I was like, this guy is a day 3 guy that you mold. This is a guy that you draft on day 3. If you like the athleticism, which he's got elite athletic traits. If you look at the RAS score, former basketball player, 6'8", almost 6'8", got the 338. Can Stoutland come up with a game plan for, he did it with Jordan Mailata.
And I mean, not to bury the lead here or anything too, but I mean, we just lost a massive player in Mekhi Becton. I don't mean that as figuratively. I mean that in the literal sense. Like, he was a massive body on that line. This Jalen Travis guy, 6'8", 340, man. I mean, that's a big body.
That's
and
big man right
Jeff
there.
Stoutland has a way of, turning projects into gold.
Like he the way he thrists for linemen is That's a work of art here. Now, if the other guy that if you speak to resident Oregonian, Mark Bird, is a big fan of Josh Connerly. We're talking about a offensive tackle.
It looks like Devonta is too, honestly.
Yeah, he's like, oh, look at this guy. We have Anthony Belton, offensive tackle from North Carolina State, and then Marcus Mbao, like Mbop. I'm just kidding. I could be butchering that one, but you're talking about a guy with offensive tackle, offensive guard, versatility. But again, the three guys that I just mentioned, that's top of the second, bottom of the first with Connerly, and then with Anthony Belton, and then Marcus Mbao or Bao. we're talking like maybe day 2-ish kind of prospects. So now, just as you start to think about this mock draft that we're doing at the end of the show, we're gonna like, who do you want in the first round? If you want an edge, I want so and so. Well, who's gonna be my offensive line guard prospect that he's gonna have to finesse with? Like Stoutland's gonna have to have one of his guys.
Do you guys think like where's your guys' head right now on Tyler Steen? Because I feel like he's kind of getting pushed to the side in a lot of this offensive lineman conversation, whereas I don't necessarily think he did a bad job when he had to fill in this year. And I think that he has a legitimate shot at potentially playing that guard position.
I don't know, man. It seemed like they had put that confidence in him in the very beginning to become the starter, and he just couldn't get there. So it's like I don't know. I want to be on the same page as you, Evan, but
well, maybe you just could. You just said it yourself.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah,
right. You just said it yourself. There's a reason why they're looking past him. I mean, what is that reason? I mean, I want to know.
I just kind of view the situation as like, I'm stabbing in the dark here, but I view it as like Mekhi Becton came here as a project first-round pick that, had been called a bust in his career and was coming here with a different kind of mentality. And Tyler Steen hadn't had the development yet in his career. He's still a younger player, hadn't had that expectation set on him. And he just got time to kind of sit back and develop while Mekhi got the start. I think Tyler Steen, I'm interested to see how he's going to compete in training camp.
But also with Tyler Steen, though, I think he did a good job when his number was called up as a backup situation. I think they look at him as a backup. That this might just be his role. Because he lost his spot. I mean, Becton came in, that was it.
Yeah. But then you look at to look at the other side of it. Jordan Mailata, he's a elite, one of the top tackles in the NFL right now. And dude, he was a project that took how many years?
7th round pick.
Yeah, he was. I know. He was a, but he got turned around. Is what my point is. That sometimes you just need patience. I don't think that Tyler Steen has shown anything other than losing the job to Becton that he is incapable of the job.
My thing is Becton he was a tough SOB last year, and if they felt like he was the guy, and the reason why they brought him off, they figured that he has the talent. It just needed to be unlocked, and then you're not going to be like, well, we'll sit here and develop Tyler Steen when Becton is being all world and throwing people around like he was and throwing people out of the club. It's just there's no competing with that. And it was funny because we were in Alabama, and Tyler Steen's brother was sitting right next to us. He saw the Eagles hat on, and he's like, "You Eagles fan? You a real Eagles fan?" I said, "Are you a real Eagles fan?" And he's like, "My brother plays on the Philadelphia Eagles." I said, "What's his name?" He said, Tyler Steen. I said, and then he goes, gives me his whole story background. I said, you never been to Philly? He's like, nah, I never been. I was like, how you a real Eagles fan? You haven't even been to a real Eagles game. And then he said, what's my brother's number? I said 56. And he was like, you're lying. It's 54. And bro had to call his other brother.
Oh God.
He didn't know his own brother's name?
I said,
didn't know his own brother's
name. Jr., bro.
I said, are you a half brother? But very nice dude, man. I said when you come to the stadium, I don't know if you're not on the Christmas list or what. You haven't been to a game yet. I don't know if you, but make sure you come chill with us. But yeah, I don't know why. I mean, speaking of offensive linemen, Rack Shack also, Rack Shack Schefter said Eagles have signed offensive tackle Kendon Lamb to a 1-year deal per Peter Schrager. This is news that is fresh off the
Off the press.
off the Twitter.
Press off the rip.
So another lineman in the mix. It's not moving the needle. I don't see anyone jumping around.
32-year-old.
Older than F.
I think he's just a cat body at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on the practice squad for Detroit 2 years ago. Yeah, I think he's just a camp body.
Now, shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to D Morg. Talking about safeties. Talking about Malachi Starks.
Eagles fans are like a bunch of fiends with these Georgia players, bro. Like, I need another one.
I mean,
y'all got any more of them Georgia players?
Did you
I
guys?
mean,
Did you get
it's been working.
No, Malachi Starks is a beast, bro. Don't get me wrong.
You get a chance to look at Eamon Wari from South
Bro,
Carolina.
I think he might be the best. I think he might be the best safety in the draft.
I did the deep dive. There's some good prospects out there. I feel like this is a perfect time. The draft is setting up nicely for us. Like if we want to get a safety, I think it's a perfect time to get a safety in the mid round. Makuba from Texas. I'm not mad at that.
About the young bull from Notre Dame.
I'm not mad at that as well, man.
I can't think of his name right now. Sorry.
I thought I did a background check. The interview, amazing. You're talking about a Nagurski winner. He's got the Y is there. I think the fact that I think the fact that like his father got. We're going way too deep into stuff. We can wait, but I think the Y is there.
Yeah, he definitely has a Y.
So I mean, I'm very interested in safety. It's not really the first round though. Prime,
Second round.
Would you want a safety in the first round?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Go straight to the line, straight to the trenches.
Yeah. We got to go ahead and strengthen up in that position. So it's either you're going to go ahead and give somebody else, trade that pick away and pick up more picks, for the second round or something. But I definitely wouldn't waste it on safety.
Now Brandon says, I think Starks is the pick. How he moves up to the late teens to early teens for him, he just seems like the pick. Now, Brandon, I don't know if we did it on the last podcast, but the last time the Eagles, the highest pick was. Who was it? Nate from UCF. Safety.
Nate
Allen.
Nate Allen.
Nate Allen.
Nate Allen.
Highest drafted, and then highest drafted safety.
I thought it was Watkins.
Jalen Watkins, not Jalen Watkins. From Temple.
Yeah,
was behind him.
Okay.
Second round too.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if it wasn't Watkins.
No, I thought it was Watkins. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know. Ask the Temple alumni there.
Yeah.
You talking about? I jumped
into
this conversation.
Your safety guy. What was his
Currently?
name?
Currently on the
It wasn't
team? Or you talking
Danny.
about
Was
that
it Danny?
came-
Nah, that came from you guys. Can't think of the name.
Safety?
Rock Yasin, was that him?
Nope. He was
Was he
Started with a
corner?
J, didn't it?
I thought it was Jaden Watkins or something.
Okay, I got you. We talked about it. Jaquan Jarrett.
There it is. Started with a J.
Jaquan.
Oh,
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
That was in the second round of the 2011 draft. But Nate Allen. So if you're talking about trading up for safety in that situation, when was that? That's the last. This when we could also talk about corner because we did it with Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
So I mean, safety is we'll see.
Nah.
Do you think it's
No, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing. You can't draft a safety too high again.
But
We just
so this
said
is my
that
question.
before you
Nah.
came back on.
Nah.
Yeah, but this is my question. I mean, when you think it'd be practical to take the best available,
I mean, like, can
or
you
you just trade
say?
back?
Can you say with Uche and Ojolari and
Mhm.
Jalex Hunt and Nolan Smith and
Nah,
now Patrick Johnson? Is that enough for me to like? Oh, I can get one later.
I personally think the other
No.
31 teams can worry about best available because it hasn't been working out for them. So nah, I'm not.
Facts.
I'm not with
I
that.
hear you.
But I mean, because that's the thing is like when you start thinking about adding in another piece to the puzzle here, like if James Pierce from Tennessee's there, yeah, it's another fastball for Vic
Ooh.
Fangio. Rich get richer.
Do you think it's possible? Like, I know we went corner last year, but we did just lose Slay and Rogers. Is that, if there was still a corner sitting there, could you see him taking it?
I mean, well, we also have Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo. I'm just talking balling on budget.
Yeah.
They feel like they get by with Adoree and Keely.
We thought we could get by with James Bradbury,
Mm.
and then we could.
That'd
Or
be better.
Anthony Perry saying with Walter Nolan, a dog. Ole Miss.
I would love to have Walter Nolan. D tackle.
Another D tackle.
Ooh. Put him with Jalen Carter. Oh boy.
Brianna wanted to send a message to Evan. She says, "Happy National Cheese Steak Day to all that observe."
Celebrate. Yeah.
Recently I went to Donkeys. I want to know how you feel about a cheesesteak on a Kaiser roll.
I think donkey steaks are delicious.
Donkey steaks are
As long as it tastes good, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters.
I like donkeys, bro. Donkeys is the shiznit.
The owner forced me to have a cheesesteak with onions on it, though.
You got
they're
that's a
delicious.
donkey cheesesteak.
This is good, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, did you eat onions on your cheesesteak?
I did.
Yes.
Always?
I don't always.
Well,
I don't
that's what I'm
always.
But I had a donkey's cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I said, nah, I
To
said
me-
no onions. He said,
To
no,
me, it's like
with
saying
onions.
I want
Huh.
spaghetti with no sauce. Like that, you get cheesesteak with onions. So
Where'd you go? Which donkeys did you go to?
Camden's?
When?
the OG.
I met this dude. He has like a clothing supply, and he's like, hey, why don't you meet me at Donkeys? And then
What type of voice was that?
that's how he said it. He's like, meet me at Donkeys. I said, all right, lunch on you.
Donkeys is shit though, bro. I like donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I guess it's like depends on how the seasoning goes. I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we getting into a food topic here, but yeah, the onions is good, and then I've had them both ways, with or without onions.
Hey, we all big backs here, bro. We all big backs. It's okay.
They both slam. They both slam.
And then they got the T-shirt that says "F your long rolls." F, you feel offended by that?
Yeah, they got a lot of shirts up in there. He doesn't. He's all right, man. He cuts the long rolls in half.
As long as the food
they-
tastes
they-
good, that's all that matters.
Yeah, but they're not even long rolls, bro. Like they're just short rolls.
Tim Armstrong. I didn't mention Xavier Watt is the safety from Notre Dame. So if you go watch the interviews, go out his story. His why is tremendous. He's captain of the Resurgence team. Just saying. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We appreciate you guys stopping in here. James says, fact of the day, Jerry Jones loves
Wow.
Power hole.
Okay. Wow.
he said fly, Eagles fly.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Does anybody in the mood to move back in the draft? Are you guys feeling that? You feeling that?
I think that's a likely move. Yeah, for sure. Or I mean,
most likely.
Hear me out. Howie Roseman tends to be that guy that everybody's looking left and he goes right. Do you think while we're sitting here, what is it, 4 fifth-round picks we're sitting here with,
Yeah.
and you package that with that first round pick and maybe even a player? Do you think there's any possibility if someone slips to a certain number that he moves up? If he sees someone he really likes, do you think that that's
I'll
You're
go.
sitting there with 4 fifth-round picks. That's
Something's-
assets.
I'll go
Yeah,
further than that.
You got
Totally.
I'll
ammo.
go further than that. I'll go further than that. I
What?
think he trades for the young bull from the Jaguars.
Who that?
I forgot his damn name. Bull from he played at Georgia. He was a high pick last year. I can't remember his name to save my life right now.
Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trayvon Walker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be
mean,
about it.
A couple years ago, I was like, I said,
He's on a
I
rookie
said-
deal too.
yeah, when Howie started bringing in, he brought in that Georgia Bulldogs coach in for an interview. I was like, this dude is really out here trying to build the Georgia Bulldogs, and this is like 4 years before it happened. I said,
Right. Yeah.
I'm watching all this like these coaches clinic tapes, and I'm watching for hours, and I'm like, Howie is really, and here we are 4 years later, and he has he's done that.
Trayvon Walker's had over 10 sacks the last 2 years.
I'm saying
Mm.
he'd be a good piece. He'd be a good
He's had 10,
piece.
I should say.
Just a PSA: make sure you love your quarterback. Shout out to Love.
Yeah, so that's a nice hoodie.
It's too hot to wear mine, bro. It's too
Hey.
hot to wear mine.
Yeah, I
And
got
also-
the short sleeves on, man.
A lot of people missed out
Oh,
on the
yeah.
drop. We put it on socials when it dropped, and then I got some DMs like, "Hey man, you ruined it for everybody." But if you want to get this T-shirt,
Oh, that's sick.
That's dope.
you can go to Team Thompson Family Foundation on
Ocean.
on Instagram. They're partnered
Super
up with Jordan. Nobody has this. They have larges and XLs. So for you big back guys, sorry, Tim.
Yeah.
F-
2X, man. We ain't get no love, son.
What are they called again?
Team Thompson Family Foundation one. This is Raheem Thompson.
All together?
Yeah, he's part of he does the Chosen League in Philadelphia, but they're dropping, nobody has this. Now, if you just go out and make a donation to their charity, he will send you a T-shirt.
Ex Hooper too.
Very nice.
Ex Hooper.
Dope.
So
Ex Hooper.
this is actually better than a hoodie. Okay,
Yeah,
Just
that's
saying.
awesome.
just saying.
That's super dope. Super dope.
And he sent me a small. Doesn't even fit me.
It's so sewn off the shirt, can't fit it.
That's the only reason why he's putting it out.
But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But before we get into our mock draft season and get into our heavy draft talk, the Devonta Smith interview recently happened.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he had some nuggets on there.
For sure.
Was there anything? I'll start with you, Ed. Was there anything from that interview that stuck out to you the most?
For sure. I mean, there was one part where he talked about, and I don't know why my first thought went to T.O. with this, but I remember T.O. hearing about like how some interview back in the day talking about how his first love wasn't even football, it was basketball, and he really just wanted to play basketball, and just the whole like how big a deal giving up basketball was for him in his career, and like that was kind of the fork in the road type of moment for him, where he realized that if he wants to make it and reach his potential as a football player in life, that he's going to have to put down the basketball and just focus on football. And I knew that he was a hooper. Whenever they talk about Eagles players that can play basketball, I know Devonta is always in that conversation, but I didn't know that he was at taking it that seriously. And I think he obviously made the right decision, because he's a anomaly as a wide receiver, man.
Quit football.
I know. That's what was surprising to me, is that like
Mhm.
I think about guys like that are so great at their given sport, and how some of them aren't even all in on it. Like they just like play it as like a job. Like I said, like I remember T.O. said the same thing in an interview. Freaking Nikola Jokic, he's like the best player in the NBA, and this dude, all he wants to do is race his horses back in Serbia. He doesn't give a shit. The NBA is just a job. He just wants to race horses, and it's crazy. These guys that are like at the top of their game and they're given sport, and really, it's just like they got given this talent, and it's not even their first choice.
I'm gonna say one of my one of the interesting parts was when he said that when he went on his visit to Alabama. I know Alabama was super late in offering a scholarship to him, and the fact that he finally got that moment, and one of his main reasons to going to Alabama was his relationship with Jalen Hurts. And when you think about another wide receiver across the way, Swole Batman, AJ Brown. Another reason why AJ Brown wanted to come to the Philadelphia Eagles is Jalen Hurts. Like when I hear like the whole elite talk and the whole Jalen Hurts to me is elite for us, and I don't care about any other team because the building blocks from the mental side, the relationship, the leadership, all that packed in one. You have an elite player in your locker room, and the effect. I go back to his interview at the combine when the Eagles have released some of the interview, and he said, "I don't know what it is. Wherever I go, I just seem to have players follow me. They take my lead. I don't know what. Like, he's a natural born leader. So the whole elite talk, it was nice to hear Devonta Smith put him in that elite talk.
I mean, the two topics that you guys brought out were like the two main ones because I mean, the majority of the interview was basically talking about everything else that he's dealing with within the team with AJ Brown, the fans and all that stuff. But I mean, I'm a pretty pack off of what you just said, Gil. Like, yeah, you mentioned the Alabama, but it was just like even when they traded that 10 spot with with Cowboys to get him, that also played, Jalen played a factor in that as well. He gave his feedback, he gave his input on, how he making that move. And then when he came to the Eagles organization, he settled right in. And then again, like what you mentioned, that leadership role like automatically kicked in as well. Now he was still new to the team, but he didn't hold back as much as like right now when we first saw Devonta, you're like, yo, this dude don't really talk. He's quiet. But it turns out he was very vocal. He was very vocal. And a lot of that didn't get shown, but it was shared that, that first year, it didn't seem like he was, talkative, but he did talk a lot. I think one of the things that also would touch upon me was the fans. Like he was talking about us, how much we actually how much we influence him on how he plays. But also the one that really stuck us was that we say this amongst each other, like when me and you are at a game, or like when me and Ever are on the grill talking, or like when me and Tim are just sidebar having a phone conversation. Like, yo, imagine if Howie really if Nick Sirianni really listened to what we talk about, and it turns out he actually does. You know what I mean? Like that whole squad does. So like when he admitted when the passing game ain't working, and we're out there screaming, run the goddamn ball. Yo, Nick listens. Nick listens, and he tells the guys like, yo, maybe it's time for us to run the ball. That's what they want. That's
Prime,
what we
nice hoodie there. Did you plan that?
No, I didn't. But it was just like, the fact, from the fans' perspective, how much, we actually do play a part in, not just his, but quite a bit of those guys on the squad, what their outcome is eventually in that game because of how much love and support we give them. But we also don't hold back. When something goes wrong, he made it very clear. When something goes wrong, they don't hold back. They'll let you know. And that's what we know for.
Yeah, facts. So I seen his interview. I think it was last Friday, and I put it in the group chat, and I was like, bro, y'all gotta check this one out because Devontae is coming out of his shell. And Primo was like, well, he's a champion. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be boasting about. I think watching Mello says something super, super dope, and it's actually one of my favorite songs. It's from Common. Life is a beautiful struggle. You like the story, you like the journey, you love the grit, the work ethic, everything that he was talking about, him and Jalen. Look at the story with Jalen. Look at the story behind Devontae. Like the narrative, Devontae's too skinny. Jalen can't pass, and you know what I mean, like things like that. So when I was watching it, man, it like made me like, I'm be honest, I'm watching, I'm working, and I'm watching, and I was so stuck on it because they were talking about things that like pretty much all of us talk about, and then to hear what they're saying basically was like, I think it was the one host. He said something. He was like, man, like, yo, he be really popping off on the fans like that. He's like, yeah, it might not seem that we don't listen, but we listening. Like, he's like, but we appreciate it. Like, that made me feel like, okay, cool. Like, because as the world turns, who's the most hated fan base besides the Cowboys? Like, but they're just because they're annoying.
Us.
But when it comes to us, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody hates us. But you know what I mean? But we don't care. But like, it just seems like when you come to Philadelphia to play, you know what it is. We expect the greatness out of you, man. We expect you to come out there and play and give it your all. You know what I'm saying? So I loved it, man. I loved it. And the growling with Saquon, man, I wanted to get my DMX on. What happened? Get at me, dog.
I would love to hear that. Oh, I'd love to hear that piped up. Growling. Was that a pause for Dorsey moment?
You want to hear it?
All the mic'd ups we heard with Saquon.
He couldn't have come out with a better time with that.
Gail's like, yeah, what type of growl is it?
I want to hear all that shit. I want to hear that on the mic up. I don't want to hear rah-rah stuff. I want to hear like just with the tush push and he's sitting there growling. I
will say this though. I do. This is what I want to see though, and I want to see people in the chat. Please say something. Would you mind? Well, it's a segment is get down with or F it, right? And they said something about would you get with it or F out with it with if we had what was it, the NFL films? What is it called? You know what I'm talking about? The NFL films?
Oh, the Hard Knocks?
Hard Knocks. Would you invite Hard Knocks to Philadelphia?
Never.
And I love Devonta. I love Devonta. What Devonta said, he said, hell no. He's like, listen, our locker room is crazy. He was like, we have so much shit going on. We would have them people quit.
No, I really do think that the Hard Knocks, the teams that is really made for is a team that has low expectations. That's really like, I think if I'm a team that is considering it, I'm literally just trying to get eyes on my team to potentially put fans in the stands. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really have high expectations.
Build up excitement.
If you have Super Bowl aspirations, you don't want that kind of distraction going on during training camp. You're locked in.
True. I got you. So you're saying if you're like the Jets.
If you're the Jets, if you're the Browns, like that's why they're building it.
You're building it. You're building it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You're just trying to get like the people watching, so the fans know the names of the players, and then all of a sudden become fans and buy jerseys.
Well, right now they switched it, so now it's 4 teams. They're doing it in the AFC North. I don't know if you've seen the new one. Yeah, so it's the Browns, Ravens, Steelers.
How many times would we see the Browns?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know. That's why they keep signing up for it. It's because every time they keep staying in the basement, bro. Because
you see the Browns. I've seen the Browns a lot. I've seen the Steelers. I see the Ravens. So I mean, it seems like
they're literally. Yeah, you ever see the movie Semi Pro? They're literally like the tropics, bro. It's out here.
Hilarious. But like everybody has their greatest moments. Like my greatest moment whenever watching Hard Knocks, there's 2. The one was Goose locked the tight ends with Shannon Sharp with in the locker room with the Ravens. Damn, yeah, you guys are right. We have seen these teams twice. And then
Right.
Hall, I think it was Hall going against D Hop, and D Hop was like, "Yo, I don't fear nobody but God," and then tore his Achilles. That was crazy work. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? Like
yep.
those are dope, bro.
And of course, the funniest Hard Knocks was just this past year with the Giants. That was
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
very in the top.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was.
And now
I
you just
finally
get
watched that.
you get looked and made like a total clown too. Like that's another reason why I'm surprised why teams are willing to let this in, because like that GM him on the record saying, and the owner saying, no, I'm going to lose sleep if we end up losing Saquon. Yeah, he goes to the Eagles.
And
Like that's on the record. It's for
then
everybody to see in 4K. It's awesome.
and then Saquon puts out the throw shade in that commercial with the sheep jumping over.
Oh, we knew what to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't lose any sleep. Yeah.
Dude,
Let's.
Saquon has been on fire lately, bro. I mean, he got James Winston the job with the Giants.
How about a new model from Nike for Saquon, Air Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
Yeah.
got Jalen with Jordan. I know Saquon did have a shoe back in the day, didn't he?
Yeah, it was
Air Train
basically
3?
the Bo Jacksons. It was the Bo Jacksons, but they just did it like they put Velcro on it, like you know what I'm saying, a little bit more straps.
It was
shout out
also
to-
funny. I mean, you talk about the like Saquon Barkley and that Devonta Smith interview. Like they went into talking about Saquon a lot about that. And you think about Devonta is considered, in by many people, I will say myself included, like the greatest college wide receiver of all time. Like he has been around greatness, and for him to speak so highly about Saquon, where he talks about him regularly doing stuff that he's never seen done before. Like Saquon is just different, bro. He is just a different dude.
But so is Smitty, man.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm just saying, like the class that Devonta Smith has been around his whole career, like he's always been going against great competition, and then he sees Saquon Barkley, and for him, that has been just grown up around greatness, to see the difference that Saquon Barkley is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, him jumping over reverse style was
One of the craziest plays there. Like that's the same level as the Odell Beckham catch, bro.
well,
Like it's
not even because I saw Jason Avant do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Jason
Oh,
Avant.
Jason
versus,
Vaughn, yeah.
Mhm.
He had best hands on the team, B.
Some crazy one
hands.
catches.
Yeah.
He did it in the game too, but it's Jason Font. No one is giving that love like that. But yeah, I still can't believe to this day we've seen something like that. It's still a crazy play. I remember.
Dude, I dropped my beer.
But
I dropped my beer. Looked at my wife like, "Did you just see that?" It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm trying to think any other moments from that interview that was like really stuck out to me. That I know he did mention his shout out to his mentor Vincent Sanders. Met him down in Florida, aka Big Unk. If it wasn't for Big Unk, will we have a Super Bowl?
Shout out Slay as well, man. I mean, he talked about he talked about Slay and how he was kind of the OG, for him coming into the league, a mentor, and how Slay, like you talk about guys. There was a lot of people after the Super Bowl and stuff like that were clowning James Bradbury for holding up the Super Bowl trophy, all this stuff, and it's like those veteran guys, like they make a difference in that locker room. And you listen to how Darius Slay when Smitty came into the league, and he was just calling out all of his plays and telling them what his cues were, and telling him, like, I know exactly what you're going to run because you did this. Like Slay being that leader and doing that for Smitty, he made him a better player. And so those veterans on the team, they make a huge difference, man.
Yeah, there was a couple other things that he had mentioned. I like the fact that how him and AJ, they didn't hesitate on letting Jalen know, about certain plays that could have went a different way. He talked about how, us fans not criticize, but we're quick to go ahead and point out, yo, these guys got to play, they got to run their routes better and stuff like that. And then here, he explained like these guys could go ahead and run that route, but if the O line can't hold the protection that they need to get that route done, we don't see that. We're just worrying about the wide receiver running the route. And then it had me looking in a different perspective on that part. The other thing was how he mentioned, the Alabama organization, like how they pretty much prepped him for like how Saban prepped these guys for the NFL. When he came here, he knew what Philadelphia was all about, and he knew we didn't hesitate whether you did good, whether you did bad. We're going, and the criticisms and the shoutings, the yellings, and all that stuff. He was already prepared for that, and how Nick Saban actually prepared a lot of these guys for that NFL mentality, which I thought was pretty good. And then, the other thing that also pointed out, I was trying to take notes here. Yeah, the at one point, and I didn't even know this, Miami was looking at him, and I was like, damn, Miami Hurricanes was looking at him at one point, and they were pushing big on that. So I mean, I just had to throw that little note.
I like the fact that he didn't like LSU.
Yeah,
and that's his home. Yeah, that was his hometown.
That
you know what I did like is that they stood up for the prima donna wide receivers. He's like, yeah, he was. I think it was Carmelo Anthony. He's like, all right, now I see it. Outside looking in, like I can see why they like wide receivers be getting pissed off and don't get the ball. They be blocking the whole damn time, running routes. And it's like, damn, can I get the ball? He's like, yeah. He's like, you only get these a limited amount of times where you get the ball. It's like, man, throw that bitch up. Let me go get it. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, like, okay, now that makes sense. That's no wonder why, AJ be like how he is, and they agree with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, go ahead.
He made it known that AJ was always reading that book. It wasn't just specifically.
Yes.
Yes. You know what I mean? And I picked up on that. The other thing that I don't know if you guys picked up on was that here, and I go back to watching that game at JJ's Gail, when we were there, I was being occupied doing something else because I wasn't expecting the ball to get thrown up in the air. I was expecting them to come in that second half and run the clock out, you know what I mean, with Saquon and all that stuff. And then when everybody pretty much stood up, I caught it right at the right moment. And look, well, anyway, back to that play. He went to Jalen and he told him what he saw, what he felt he could go ahead and get that defender on. And they went for it.
He did.
And look, I mean, they rolled the dice on that one and it came out big.
But they were scared to run it because of his hamstring. They were like, yo, you think you can do it? And he was like, no, I can do it. He's like, he said, yeah, after I caught that bitch, I went back to the sidelines, tied that hamstring up.
he also said, I mean, that goes into planning, like them knowing and seeing patterns in the defense and stuff like that. And he mentioned something in that interview that was interesting to me because like it's something that's like a no shit kind of thing, but I had never thought about it from this perspective that it's the only major sport where you practice more than you play. And you think about all the other leagues and how many games they have in a regular season, like they have games going like more often than they're practicing, whereas in the NFL you're practicing 4 days a week and you better get that script down because you got 1 hour game in the of game time.
And the fact is that goes back to like, are you a professional or not? Like, there's your football player, but are you a professional football player? And the professionals get ready ahead of time and are like, when it's time to answer the bell, I mean, they're there. And I that's the thing about Devonta Smith. Like, I can't think of like instantly, like, a lot of respect for his game. I mean, just watching him, just as a wide receiver, watching him run his routes, stuff that he's doing, like the nuance to his game. And then I think about that time we went to the Jets practice, his first one of the joint practices that we went to, and watching him route up all these veterans. Like, he's a rookie and he's out here just routing up everybody. I'm like, we're going to see this for years to come. And here we are, and we have a Super Bowl. Everything's great. I think we're a little spoiled right now. I think Prime, you feel spoiled right now?
Absolutely feel spoiled, bro. I mean, We still got mad time before the season starts. So I just went out on Saturday night and rocking my championship gear. And I let it be known where I was at. We champions. I mean, they were screaming. I had Eagle chants going up in the club, and I didn't even think I was going to do the club life ever again, but it was a good time, man. But yeah, I definitely feel spoiled, enjoying the moment, and they gave me a reason. And I told you guys, man, this is what I was looking forward to. Here it is, and I'm gonna enjoy it the rest of the way, all the way up to the season starts. Brian Pumper, Tim, let me find out you got a.
We try not to laugh.
Yo, stop.
Now, Brian, I don't know if it's an inside joke between
It is an inside joke.
me and Tim. I don't think Evan knows anything about B Pump.
Nah.
But
shout out to Mark for that one.
Brian says that interview was mad weird. They kept trying to get Devonta to do on the Philly. When they started talking about the snowballs, I was like, any media person out there, like
always,
if you ever mention
bro.
the snowball,
always
say anything,
annoying,
it's instantly like you
lose your credit.
You didn't do
lose
your
credit.
homework.
Yeah,
It's
low hanging fruit, is what it is.
Exactly.
As soon as it got mentioned, I didn't even know where the interview was going to go. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Obviously, it's a draft season. Off season is upon us. I know it's the draft is a month away. Okay.
Yeah.
The
mock draft is minutes away.
It's minutes away. I mean, and again, I'm not gonna say we're well versed in every single round on some of the players. Obviously, went to the Senior Bowl. Tried to even though the Super Bowl got in the way of a lot of, I was very distracted.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured if I go down there, I'm going to see some talent, and then by the time it comes to studying some of these players, like, all right, that's the dude I saw, blah blah blah. It's all making sense, but the first round is where a lot of Eagle fans are just talking things up. Second round, third round, and then we're trying to look at positions that we really want to go to. Obviously, at the beginning of the show, we talked about trench warfare, back end. Do we get a wide receiver? Another interview I'll be posting. With Tesla. His last name's Tesla. Bad month for him to have.
Bad month.
He's out of Arkansas. I interviewed him. Very.
The only Tesla stock that's going up.
Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, that's a good one. I had a couple other interviews that we add in there. Another Harold Fanner Jr. tight end. We've been talking. This is the draft class of tight ends. So don't be shocked if you see us on this pod draft a tight end.
I wouldn't be surprised.
How early is too early for tight end for you?
I mean, there's two guys at the top of that list that are the guys that everybody kind of wants. In Tyler Warren and Loveland. But if you're going for that, I think that could end up being your first pick in the draft. I mean, that's exactly what they did with Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert was he second round, but the first pick in the round, but the first pick of the draft. Yeah.
Yeah, we traded back. We traded back for
that was the year after
Ravens for Lamar.
Yeah, we they never said thank you for Lamar.
Yeah, they never said thank you for Lamar.
If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have MVP. Baltimore
2-time.
You can have MVP all you want. We got championship.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, did Dad just screenshot my T-shirt and make it?
Possibly.
Oh, it's a small, yeah.
John says, greetings and salutations to John. If you haven't met John, I love when he shows up at tailgates. And then I say greetings and salutations. But Fan, he says it's too small. Very productive, though. Very productive.
I was gonna say he's productive.
He didn't run as fast as but not everyone did run super fast. A 40 as a tight end. It's like we're talking about shades like 4.71. Yeah, we know. Jerry Rice ran slow, right?
Kyle Pitt's still coming. Kyle Pitt's still on his way, bro.
You ain't letting that go.
Tim says Mason Taylor out of LSU, tight end. John says I like Dupree from Bama. I think he's definitely going to get some love later. Dad says I like Mason Taylor and Ferguson
I like Ferguson.
and Arroyo.
Mhm.
I actually did the deep dive on Ferguson on the background check. A lot of interviews. I going back to the high school footage. His religious beliefs rival Wentz. He's super dedicated. I think he's a mid round option. But I'm gonna bring up the draft. You guys want to talk amongst yourselves there?
I mean, what do you guys think the if you had to place a betting line, what would you put it at for the Eagles drafting at least one Georgia Bulldog in this draft? I feel like that's almost a certainty.
I mean,
Yeah,
it seems like it seems like a trend now with Howie. So the odds are very good.
I'm interested with this how this 5th round thing is going to play out. I mean, if Howie ends up, a lot of those picks are right around each other. I want to say that, Gail, do you have what numbers they are? I think we got like 4 picks in the 160s.
Our draft.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what numbers they are.
Yeah, hold on one sec.
Who else is looking for tight ends?
I feel like there's been an influx, honestly, of like a new age of tight ends that have come into the league in recent years.
Let's see here. Here's a list of
Chiefs. You think they're looking for a tight end? Kelsey says he's coming back.
Yeah, they got to start looking for their replacement though. This is last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the running banner for you. Man, I got so many things open on my thing. It's crazy, dog. Crazy, dog. Okay.
You got the what website are we using here? The PFF or what are we doing?
PFF.
Mhm.
Obviously, I started my mock draft already. We're gonna go back to leave. Can you see that? You guys see that?
Yes.
Can you for just anyone new to the podcast maybe explain why the Eagles are picking 32 in this draft?
Well, we the Eagle fans have watched the Super Bowl happen. It's been a great ride. I don't know if you guys, you outside fans, have seen the rise of the squad. A lot of you guys are waiting for the downfall. That never happened.
Score was 40-6.
5th round picks were 161, 164, 165, 168. Dude, he could I don't know. So how many of those you think we end up keeping? Because I'm just sitting here thinking like you have some guys you like, you could just bring them all in.
Let's see here.
I'm looking at a second day to this question.
Do I have to bring up another thing that says mock draft?
Increase the rounds.
Mock draft Monday. Now, for you people that aren't diehard about doing mock drafts, you can leave. But for the crazies out here, this is just a perfect opportunity just to work some of the things through your brain. Obviously, if it doesn't make sense, it's cool. We're going to talk you through it. Make sure you have fun. We only have a month away, so don't act like we're doing that at the wrong time. So we're going to be doing 7 rounds. Okay, picking 32 the Eagles. We're gonna draft for needs. We'll put it right in the middle. Care for positional value. We'll put it in the middle. Public versus PFF. Do you guys want to do in the middle? Everything.
How we doing this? We're picking our own, or we're gonna let it pick?
No, we're gonna pick it. Less randomness. Okay.
Not
Well,
old
Gel's gonna pick it. We're just gonna be.
Last year's was pretty random, bro. I have a little bit in there.
A little bit. It'd
Yeah,
be
a
like
little bit.
I've been seeing some wild shit.
All right, whatever. Just end of drift.
My screen's freezing here.
Mm.
Okay. It won't allow me to. Okay, so we're gonna speed this thing through. Hitting the start button.
Boom.
Now we're gonna just say about 10. I say 5 picks before us. Right?
Loveland gone.
Walter Nolan, the D tackle we're talking went 25th. Jalen Walker, another Bulldog, could have been a fit here. Went 26th. Amarian Hampton, the running back, went to the Ravens. Colston Loveland, the tight end, some people have talked about. Nick Scourton, a guy who's been mocked to us and some other people's mocks. Gray Zabel, the versatile lineman from North Dakota State. And then Derek Harmon, interior defensive lineman. So what is left on the board right now is Darius Alexander, interior. Got some versatility. He did well at the Senior Bowl. We have Demetrius Knight from South Carolina. Josh Connerly. Now we just talked about
kind of what I'm sitting looking at there.
who the Eagles brought in for a visit. Wide receiver Alik Aminyor. Wide receiver. No, not doing it in the first round. TJ Sanders. This was the first guy that was mocked to the Eagles by Daniel Jeremiah. Tyleek Williams from Ohio State. Jack Beck from TCU, wide receiver. Xavier Watts, the guy that we just mentioned. So, I mean, if we're in this range here, I'm not, there's, now Nick Emenwari is right on this list here.
Damn, like Shador Sanders.
That's why
that's crazy.
Who was the first pick?
I didn't hear you. Probably
that's crazy.
See, that's when you put randomness in here. This is the kind of randomness that happens.
Wow, you went to the Jets.
They have Shador Sanders dropping out of the first round.
Yikes.
Okay,
That's
so
wild.
I can see it happening.
I don't think it's happening.
I think
That's not happening.
Do we want to restart this?
No, because
no.
I see that happening too, man.
No, he's going.
What?
Come on, man.
He's going first, man. He's going first round,
bro. Did you? Okay.
I'm with you, bro.
He's going
first.
He's going first round, bro.
He's going before Cam Ward.
No.
He's going first. He's going first round for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
How much time, bro?
Hey,
top what? Top what?
I don't know about that.
Hey,
no. Let's go, man. Let's make this interesting.
No, we'll do a mustache.
Gail. I'm
about to ask you.
I'm talking to Tim.
I'm talking to you.
All right. So then, what do you want to do? Top 10? Or are we going top 25?
Mustache bet. Like if you lose the bet, you got to grow one.
No, not no mustache bet.
Why?
Okay. If I gotta grow it, you gotta shave it.
So when is he not? He's not going top 10.
What are we doing? Top 10?
You're saying he's not going top 10.
He's not going top 10. Do you want to go ahead and put that whole facial to sleep? Right? You want to put that facial to sleep?
Sleep is wild.
Got quiet all of a sudden.
You got to grow. You got to grow a full man. I
gotta grow a mustache, and you gotta shave that off.
Okay.
You gonna shave it all off?
Yeah.
Okay.
The goatee or just the mustache?
The whole thing.
We just said mustache.
Look,
I said
that's already difficult for me. The difficult part for you
can't
is
grow
to
mustache?
shave all that off. I could grow it. It's just the pride of growing it. Can you let that go?
Imagine seeing Brown with a mustache.
Okay, imagine
he look like a buff pirate.
Imagine seeing clean shaven Gale.
Exactly.
That'll be hilarious. That'll be hilarious.
I like it. I'm just watching these strays go back and forth in front of me. I don't gotta do that.
We trying to get involved with this.
We are trying to make.
Hey Tim, you want to keep our facial hair the same?
I
Yeah, I'm
think
gonna
that's
keep
gonna be
mine
something
sitting
right
right
now.
now.
Nah, the bet between
I'm
you and
thick
Tim,
right
let
now,
it
son.
grow. Evan got to shave.
All right. So if it's sticking to this whatever,
Connor
this,
lady's looking pretty good to me there. If we're
Yeah.
if I'm gonna
looking
if
at
I'm
value.
gonna what does the chat say?
Chat.
Who we going after? We got random. Let me see. Trade. We got.
You guys want to try doing trade down, or just go
I mean,
ahead and get?
CJ's right there, bro. That's a replacement in there.
Is there anybody that's offering trades? What do we got there?
Trades? The Giants, they're a mess. They're offering their 34th pick,
For what?
which isn't bad.
That's
All
not
right, so
bad.
sliding
Two
back on,
spots.
and we get
Two
what?
spots.
spots.
Yeah.
We get their 65th pick. It says we don't know. Their 99th pick
Yeah, I would do that.
and 105.
I don't know if that'll happen.
I'm doing that.
Give him one of the fifths. Give him one of the fifths.
We might not even have to do that. Hold on.
All right.
We traded it.
Let's go.
All right.
So we moved back 2 spots. They got Shador. He didn't want.
And then Connerly went.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Now go Iman Wari.
Is that
Xavier Watt? Xavier Watts.
Is everyone? I mean, if we want to stick to the defensive line here,
I'm going Watts right here.
what does the chat say? Even Wari at this rate in the second round.
Oh, I didn't see him there. Okay.
He's there.
Yeah, see him. Ooh.
Tyler Booker, guard from Alabama again.
Yeah, I'm
Bama.
going safety. I'm going safety, bro.
Princely.
What is the chat screaming for?
Princely.
Watser, they say take either one. Should be good.
I'll probably go a new Warrior at that position right there, bro.
Even when you're in more.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about another trade?
Nah.
Get a safety on the board.
Yeah, get a safety right there.
All right.
Guys that went off the board. This is to me second
We're gonna
round.
make this the South Carolina draft.
Facts.
There were some.
Ooh, Isaiah Stewart's right there. I'm sorry, Josiah Stewart's there.
If we want to stick to the edge program, we have Josiah Stewart. We have Kyle Kennard from South Carolina.
Elijah was right there.
I know. It's a tough scene out here. Marcus.
Ooh, Ferguson.
I'm waiting for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, Mason Taylor's here right now. But he'd like an edge.
Trenches.
He'd like trenches.
Yeah, probably go.
I likes trenches.
Norman.
Stewart.
I go Omar probably. Think you want to go Omar right there?
Unless Omar Norman Lott.
Yeah. I mean, defensive interior. I mean,
okay, let's do it. Now we're at the third.
There's your what's it called, your Milton Williams kind of
replacement.
Well, Mojomo is supposed to be the new Milton Williams.
Ooh, Andrew McCoop is on the board.
I mean, you talk about where guys get drafted though.
True, third round, right?
Yeah. Oh, the Jomo, I believe was
Mojomo like fifth round or something?
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah,
I knew he was late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like second to last pick for us.
Now if you look on the board here, Anthony Belton.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's sitting there.
If we're gonna stick to the Eagles way, Makuba.
Ferguson's not there anymore.
Well, Fannin Jr. is on the board here.
Oh wow! Team him up with his old coach. Let's go.
Come on now.
Dude, if I'm being completely real, I would be really happy if we just stuck trenches in the beginning of this draft.
If you think about it, look at it. I mean, this is all defensive This is all defensive.
I would go either Belton.
I say we know that there's a possibility that our guy's not going to be back at tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the third round, correct?
Mhm.
We and don't get we moved down, right? So we have the 96 pick coming too.
Yeah.
So we
Hey,
can
where you at?
we can make this work here, dog.
You could
So-
get Harold Fenton Jr., bro.
Let's get we'll go Harold Fenton Jr.
Yeah.
And then we have another pick, 3 picks later, and we can get. Oh, who went off the board? Who just went off the board? Anthony Belton, dog.
Damn.
Should have won Belton first, to be honest.
Yep.
Let's see.
Walker.
David Walker?
Was it DB?
Nah, it's
Yeah,
edge.
the edge rusher.
There's a Oluwafemi. I wouldn't be mad at. There's also a corner, Jacob Parrish. If we're looking for I mean, there's Deion Walker. He's the Kentucky DT.
Yep.
Big body. He's like a softer version of Jordan Davis. Size though.
Yeah. Pause. Yeah.
What does the chat say? What is the chat saying right here?
Is Josiah Stewart still available?
Stewart.
Josiah Stewart. No, he's not.
Daz isn't a fan of Walker.
Ah,
I'm
you're
not-
mine.
Daz, how much Central Arkansas were you watching?
Deion Walker?
Are you talking about Deion Walker?
Hey, in the third round, I like.
I think you're
I
talking
like
about David Walker.
from what I've seen of the UCLA edge. He's been. Oh, Gunnar Helm was still on the board. See, we could have waited. Whose idea was it to get Fannin Jr.?
Y'all.
Yours?
I know.
Yours.
Just kidding. But let's. You guys still want to go? Do you guys feel like we need a young cornerback to
Yes.
in the mix?
Yes.
I'd rather go trenches personally.
But when you say trenches, it's like Walker and then David Walker. I mean, Makuba's here too. We already got a safety. Tez Johnson. I know Mark Bird is screaming. Dorian Strong. I'd say young cornerback. No,
You probably want to go edge rush probably here, bro.
let me get
Yeah.
Oladejo. I mean, I like the idea of trading back. To be honest, if I could get
You
another
want to trade back here?
Now you can still get your Dorian Strong right there.
Let's see, Dorian Strong, Virginia Tech cornerback. We're in the 4th round. We have Riley Leonard, Notre Dame, Dylan Gabriel, Oregon, Jack Kaiser,
Jack, yes, there, right there.
Not mad
Linebacker.
at-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and another linebacker. Not mad at that.
Quinn, bring in Quinn.
I can get down with that. He was at the Senior Bowl.
Yep.
Do we need a
ETN.
running back to add into this mix?
Oh, snap. Kobe King's there.
To be honest, I have a lot of hope and potential for Shipley, man. I want to
Dude.
see what that kid can do.
As you see, my guy, Isaac Tesla, is on the board. Developmental wide receiver.
That's a weird spelling.
That is
Tesla.
definitely a weird spelling.
Tesla. Tyler Cooper, Ja Joyner, another edge. You guys want to bring another edge into the building?
More the merrier,
Out of
or
Minnesota?
more offensive line help.
All right, our picks right now. We have Nick Amenwari, South Carolina. Omar Norman Lott, defensive.
We
Yeah, let's get back in the trenches,
We need a
B.
toy for Jeff Stoutland here, man.
Let's get back in the trenches.
Okay, all
Give
right.
him a project.
A lineman from Iowa. Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm
Or
in.
Tyler Cooper.
I like the Iowa pedigree.
Colby out of Iowa. We're
I
still
like
on
Kobe King.
we're
I
still
like
on the
Kobe
board
King.
here. We're in round 5, pick 164.
Oh, we got the next pick. Okay.
Next two picks.
Yeah.
Trevor ATN, man, as a 2-down back, special teams.
You like his
Special-
brother?
What do we got in the wide receiver realm? Who we could stick in the slot? Anybody available?
My boy's Tesla just went off the board.
Mm.
Can
wanna-
you narrow it down to the wide receivers?
Let's see, wide receiver. Let's see. We got Ricky White.
Nice.
Ricky! I just wanted to say that. I mean, it's pretty much
All the Colorado guys except for Travis Hunter.
it's pretty much cheeks at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No offense, fellas.
Wonder where my boy went.
Trevor Etienne. I say
I
go
know
back-
18.
I say I go back to the trenches. Ja Joyner.
Hmm.
Ja Joyner. We can get a wide receiver somewhere else.
And then I'd be down. You want to take Tyler Cooper right after that? Get it? Just go double trench.
Could do it.
Double trench.
Tyler Cooper.
Damn,
Boom.
bro. Kobe
Teammate.
King is right there too, bro.
You about that life? I mean,
We got like 2 linebackers.
you guys feel like we need a running back day 3?
I mean,
you got
it's
two
one of
web
those
pieces
things that
left.
I'm indifferent on. You know, why not? Like I don't.
Jimmy Horn still there?
Marcus Yarns, another interview I did, halfback from Delaware, down at the Senior Bowl. Do we feel like we need to draft a developmental quarterback?
Running back.
I mean, we already got a development quarterback, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
We're a
draft.
QB factory.
True.
Are you guys against drafting 2 tight ends?
No, I'm not.
Nah.
I'm not. I'm
Can
not
you
opposed to
can you check for Jimmy Horn real quick though, please?
What position?
Wide receiver.
Your boy Dibray's here. Dipset over here. Wide receiver.
Yeah, Jimmy Horn.
Jimmy Horn. Yeah,
He's
Colorado.
bro, Jimmy Horn right there, bro.
Hey, we got 2 picks.
We got another pick and 2 picks.
Okay, gotcha.
I say go back and get
I say Kobe King or Cooper.
Cooper DeJean, Tyler Cooper.
Yeah,
Sign me
another
up.
Cooper, huh?
just for shits.
We
and
loaded
gigs.
up on Jalen's. Why not Cooper's?
In our last pick in our
Jimmy Horn.
first mock
Go
draft.
get Jimmy Horn.
Is Jimmy Horn nice like that?
Yeah,
I've-
bro. He's
I've-
good, man. He's good.
I haven't watched him yet. Jimmy
Kid's
Horn.
talented. Kid went to his dad went to dad's in prison. And he's been holding down
He
he's been
played
holding
the
down the
longest
fort for
yard.
his family, man. He's been holding
Okay.
down the family.
He's right there.
And we're gonna get a D for that one. We've earned 2 awards. We got a C- for Nick Imwari.
Mm.
We got a B- for Omar Norman Lott. C for Harold Fannin Jr.
Damn,
B-.
like that.
Damn.
Where's the
Yo,
F? Where's the F?
the D would have been generous.
We got a
Right.
B- for the edge out of UCLA. Dorian Strong, A-. We got a B- for Jack Kaiser. B for Connor Colby. B for Ja Joyner. B for Tyler Cooper. And thanks, Tim. We got a F for Jimmy Horn.
I mean, in his defense though, bro, he was off and on off the field with injuries and stuff like
Was the chat upset? I didn't bring up any.
Was that really to his defense or your defense?
that. He's the one that actually plays. I don't play.
Yeah, but it's still you're still explaining the F.
Yeah, Haas is the black.
You're just mad because we didn't get no Hurricane players.
Not mad at all because it's gonna happen on real day. Watch.
Who we getting from
And
the?
you know I'm gonna
Miami.
lose my
Yeah.
shit when that happens.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I think you're gonna be cutting. I think you got to grow your beard, bro. or your facial hair or your mustache.
Okay.
Primo, I interviewed your boy Restrepo. I'm gonna put that interview up. Restrepo, dude, that dude is he's locked in, man. Locked in.
Who can you see who ended up grabbing him? Is it too late?
Let's see that here.
Hey, Primo, Tim's asking you, Arroyo or Martinez?
Arroyo.
Arroyo.
I'm big on Arroyo, bro.
Arroyo.
You go down the line. You go down the line of all the tight ends that got picked up by my college. All right, just go down the line.
Arroyo. The thing with Arroyo is he had an injury, so he's rebounding. Like he could have went to the draft earlier if he didn't get injured. So I feel like he's the one tight end that shined down to the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, and he didn't even do much at the combine. All he did was reps. That was it.
Brian's like, Restrepo ran a 4.8. Come on, hey, he's a slot guy. I don't know if he ran a 4.8. Did he run a 4.8?
I don't know about no 4.8, but
Nah, he didn't run no 4.8.
This guy out here.
Are you able to see who picked him up?
Oh, in here? Yeah, I'm not sure if you can go back.
Oh, you see, he's gonna pick up.
What about
Arroyo?
where it says no, not Arroyo. I saw who picked up Arroyo. I'm talking about Restrepo.
Oh, he runs a bet. His 40 time was that bad? Restrepo's?
Or was it?
Damn, it was that bad, bro.
A 4.8 on his pro day.
Yikes!
What was his 40 time? He ran a Restrepo with a 40 in a 4.7 to 4.8 range on his first. Keon Coleman ran a 4.61.
He don't want to play for the Giants.
Ooh, but 4.8. If it's a 4.8. But nah, Restrepo was he was solid. He was solid this Senior Bowl. Pumper might be faster. Pops up, fire GMs. Who's the other? Who was our first round pick last year?
Was it?
Who was our
first round pick last year?
Who was our second?
Your son.
Hey,
Your son.
Hey, Bob. Who was our second round pick? Evan's favorite.
Cooper.
Cool.
I think we deserve some slack, buddy. Okay. So how do you guys feeling after your first mock? I mean, it's the first one. Obviously, you don't get in your feels. This is just what happened.
Jordan Davis.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that was good.
That's cool, man.
Not a bad start.
You know, as the days go, you know, I mean, we'll get more educated about players. Be fine.
Educated, or we're going to be battling Gale a little bit more.
No, probably a little bit both.
Dad says I've lost faith in you boys. Appreciate you.
Dad, go read a book.
He said you guys typically crush it. Hey, it's the first one, man.
First one.
You're gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be all right.
I like the.
We're gonna do like 25 more of these.
Yo, to be honest, I didn't like. I didn't like
comparison here.
I didn't like drafting a safety in the first round.
Made you feel icky.
He's a little dirty.
Well, that's why we backed up into the second.
Moved back and got him in the second.
Yeah.
Still,
it's crazy to be a C though. That's crazy. That's crazy work.
Still feel dirty.
That's crazy. You still be second. Well, yo, who was the last like safety that you know that was besides Darren James coming out of college that was like big hype and he had a good career? Darren James, right?
Derwin James?
Yeah.
You're talking about safeties?
How about Kyle Hamilton?
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton.
Oh yeah, Kyle. Yeah, but Kyle,
Ed Reed.
I don't.
Ed Reed.
Malik,
Bro, come on, man. That's
Malik
back
Hooker
in
went.
Ed,
went
you
out
asked.
first round.
You asked.
I'm talking
Ed
about
Reed.
recently. I'm talking about recently.
Ed-
I'm talking about
Nah,
recently.
I was banging the table for Kyle Hamilton.
Yes,
coming
I
back
was
in
right
there.
next to you. Yes,
and
yes.
that
You were
guy's
mad.
still banging the table for Kyle Hamilton.
Hey, Jordan Davis, man. I think he worked out pretty
He
good.
that dog. He that dog.
He
Ooh,
did.
man. I still can't see the Eagles drafting. A safety.
Cozy says Reed Blankenship, the UDFA. Reed Blankenship.
Bob says, jokes aside, we must draft the best DT we get.
That's disrespectful that like they don't talk about Jordan Davis is there, bro.
What about Calais Campbell?
I would like Calais Campbell.
You don't?
And I do. Versatile. You can move in, you can move him out. He would be the perfect one to replace BG. He'd be the perfect one.
What's his situation right now?
39 years old. I mean, you also got Zadarius Smith. He's still out there.
BG, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think that's probably the biggest concern. He's 39 years old, but dog, he still had good year with the Dolphins last year. He's chasing the ring.
What about
Why
Mac?
not Philadelphia? He already signed.
I did, yeah.
You have Zadarius Smith. That's probably the second one that you're like, he's available. Boom.
Zadarius Smith is out there.
He is out there. So that's the one I see.
I kind of like Evan's theory earlier. I mean, that first round, the whole 5th round package, a player, go get Trayvon Walker.
That was my idea.
I was talking about trading up. I was talking about packaging those 5th round picks in the first.
All right, Gail.
I said, I said you just go get him. Well, I'm not in. It is what it is. Go get him.
Calais Campbell is the same age as Jeff Stoutland.
Damn, that's messed up. That's messed up.
For cheap. Imagine his wingspan and Jalen Carter being a menace, and then and Calais Campbell out here just swatting things like Mutombo.
I don't know, bro. I feel like Calais Campbell still has a lot left in the tank, bro. In my opinion, he had a good year last year.
You emphasize that
quite a bit. Well, yeah, but we're also talking about someone who played Fangio already. It's not like we're pulling. It's not crazy talk. He played with Fangio. Yeah, Miami.
Oh yeah, that's right, Miami, right?
Was it Miami?
Didn't he?
No,
I don't think so, bro. Because he went to Atlanta.
He
went to Atlanta. Then
he went to Campbell went after Fangio left.
Yeah,
but that's why I was asking, did he play like a different team where Fangio was like, but not recently.
Fangio was with the Niners, Bears, Dolphins, and Broncos.
He came after.
I don't think he's ever played with them.
Yeah, he came after whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Hell no. It said he was coached by Vic Fangio.
Not on the Dolphins. He came after the Dolphins. He was already gone. That's why I was asking what other team.
This is from an article from 2024.
I don't know, bro.
Interesting. But before we get out of here, man, appreciate you guys in the comments, sticking around, talking to Eagles, man. Obviously, it's we're in the middle of off season, and we're out here just doing the Lord's work. Doing the Lord's work. But any thing that you need to get off your chest, we usually do a say it with your chest. Any randomness that we haven't heard?
I mean, first things first, pretty weird that there's a second Rocky statue now out front of the art museum. I'm not sure when that happened, but there is the Rocky statue down at the spot that's always been, and then there's one that's at the top of the stairs now. Just chilling.
That happened. It was the Super Bowl parade. It happened.
Oh, that was the Super Bowl parade? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that there was a replica, a clone out there. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to be in Chicago for the show next week, and I'm going to be
work.
Going out to Chicago for work. But the Bean, I'm interested. I think that Rocky, as a guy that lived in Philadelphia, always thought it was kind of weird, all the attraction to the Rocky statue, if I'm being real. And now I get to go check out the Bean, which I think is weird too. What the
Is
fuck?
this a reflection of yourself?
Well, wow, that was deep.
I've been to Chicago.
Wow.
What is the Bean?
You never been to
I thought it
Chicago?
was just a bean. No, I've never been to Chicago before.
No, you're gonna love Chicago, man. Just stay away from the.
I
about
heard
the-
people
I'm-
talk about beaches, and then I saw it was concrete.
Ain't no beach. It's Lake
Yeah,
Michigan.
concrete beach.
Yeah, ain't no beach, man.
Wow.
Ain't.
People chill there.
It's a
but
great
ain't no
lake.
beach.
It's a great
Yeah.
lake. It's a
Yeah.
great lake.
Yeah.
That's what people be like. Oh man, that's an ocean. Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Chi-town. Yeah, so looking forward to it. Hopefully get some
Bean.
good grub out there.
Get some pizza, man.
Yeah.
Check out the Jordan store. Lego.
It's not about sneakers, buddy. Well,
Give me a call, Evan. Give me a call, Evan.
Tim, say with your chest.
BG, we're gonna miss you, man. We're gonna miss you. I need to go get a Super Bowl jersey, number 55, Jones. So, going to miss you, my guy. Man, I'm hoping that he gets a coaching position or something. Or I already know he's gonna be back in the building, but I don't want to lose him yet. So, yeah. Shout out to you, BG. We're gonna miss you, bro. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the 15 years and the 2 Super Bowl rings. Appreciate you.
Primo, say with your chest.
I honestly don't have anything to say with my chest. Everything's going good, and blessed. I'm all right. I'm not mad at all.
If you got a BG 54,
Hold on, you're not mad.
You're a real one. To be honest.
Hey, I do.
Oh,
I do
wait a minute. Was this before you got yours or after?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was saying if you have a BG 54 jersey, like
Oh,
when
54.
when he was wearing the 54, you're a real one. I'm saying.
Yeah.
What
Right,
about
right.
what about a LaShawn McCoy 29 jersey?
29 jersey.
Fire. If you have a Jalen Hurts number 2, shout out to you.
Yo.
I held on to mine. So I got my number 2.
Because you know that was a mistake. Okay.
You got a number 1 and 2 jersey? Hurts jersey?
Yeah, I got 1 and 2 Jalen Hurts. Yeah, my wife bought it for me, and I was like, "Oh, he changed his number," and she was like, "Nah." I was like, "You know what? Nah, I'm gonna keep it. But I ain't gonna lie, it was a mistake. Go ahead."
Yo, my girl bought
But
me
I do. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
I said my girl bought me a PS 3?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks before the PS4 dropped. And I was like, yeah. I was like,
Damn.
She's like, it was a great deal. Great deal going on in the
I was walking in Walmart and I found it.
I couldn't pass up on this deal.
I was like, but the like that was like that was like I got to play Arkham City for a little bit, MLB.
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I was an Xbox guy kind of, but
I kept mine for the original NCAA football.
See, real one.
There you go. Real one.
Yeah, you got the new NCAA.
I do not, and I played it, and I'm not a fan of it.
So we can make a mustache.
That's fighting words. Gail loves that damn game.
You want to put on for that? You want to put on for that? We can put it live. I got. Listen, we can throw down right here.
Oh,
we can throw down right here.
In NCAA?
We can throw down right here. NCAA or Madden, whatever you want to do.
NCAA. And Madden?
Okay.
You nice like that?
What do you want to do?
Are you
you talking that
y'all
talk?
Just let me know. Let me know.
Again, you all the way the fuck on the other side of the goddamn country running your mouth.
It's called internet.
Listen.
It's called internet.
You and it's not gonna stick throughout the whole game, so we're not gonna go ahead and pause. All right. You want to do something, Gail? Okay. You want to do something, Gail?
Brian ain't nice on the sticks.
Gail, do you want to do something?
Oh, we could do something, bro.
Okay. All right.
We could do something.
Okay.
Hey, I'll be back home in September, so I'm saying
I'm eager to see this. Honestly,
bro, you ain't BB.
Evan, you got.
It's gonna be me on the sideline right here.
Evan, you got the belt. We gotta compete against you for something.
Yeah.
Compete against you for something. We need to get that belt off your hands.
Not for nothing. what's going on in my world. I am currently in a chess tournament in my company, and I'm in the final
What?
four. I took down the
Hey, let's
CEO
go.
and the CFO.
Man, listen.
Oh
If I go
yeah,
get my
you ain't getting no raise. You better not win.
if I go get my man from New Orleans, you ain't getting far.
Ooh,
Mm.
ooh. That was live on Instagram.
That was live. That happened it was like a 3-second defeat.
That was not 3 seconds.
You got beat like that in the park, huh?
Do you get a raise
if
if you win?
Well, I wanted to say to him that we should play for switch the salaries, but figured that probably wasn't the best thing to say. The CEO.
Why not, man? Why not? Shoot your shot.
Then he's gonna be like, "Aren't you the guy that's always in the bathroom?"
Whoa.
This guy. This guy. I forgot my say with my chest.
That you're gonna beat Primo and Madden. Go and
Bro,
say it.
That's what he wants to say. That's what he
we
wants to
was
say.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
NCAA.
Go and say it. Bro, it's the same thing.
Nah, it's
Say it.
not.
You
I
just
mean,
can't
I
do-
don't have Madden, but
It's the same thing.
Oh, now he don't have it.
I don't have Madden. I got NCAA.
Yeah, it's NCAA, but
It's-
not Madden.
But it's the same. Okay. All right, go.
It's the same
I'll still
concept,
beat
bro.
you then, too.
Same concept.
We can put money on it too.
Yeah.
Damn.
You putting it
We
on?
got any
you
clue
putting-
drops? I need a clue drop.
You putting on put that hoodie up.
Put that hoodie up.
Put that hoodie up.
I'm
You got a
putting it
lot
up
of
right
mouth.
now.
Put the hoodie up.
I'm putting it up right now.
Mhm.
I just put my hoodie up.
Yeah. That's as high as it's gonna go. You don't want to see me.
Yo, I can't wait to go back home in
Bro,
September because I really
okay.
want to play Primo. I really want to
Have you
play
ever
Primo.
Have you ever seen Primo play video
It's
games?
nice.
This guy.
No,
Right. That's
no.
exactly it. That's the best
No,
part.
Hold
you
on,
haven't
hold on.
seen me play.
Hold on.
But you stay on your rookie level and be all happy about that. And it's cool. It's all right. You know what I mean?
You talking to you? He definitely talking to me because I don't say on rookie.
Yeah,
He talking to you. He
definitely
ain't talking to me. You know what I'm saying?
You see that touchdown? Yeah.
definitely talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't talking to me. He talking to you.
Anyway,
Well, Evan knows I ain't talking to him.
I'm trash on the sticks, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm no good at Madden at all.
Tib, last word before we get out of
Bear with us, man. I know it's off season, but we gonna try to hit y'all upside your head with the dope ass content. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for checking on 4th of July. Primo, I need you to send me my hat. Just let me know how much shipping is going to be. And I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Primo.
Last word. Yeah, just stay safe. Have a great week. I don't know, man. Gail, work on your game, bro. Because I'm really gonna go ahead and.
I know he's talking to you, B.
Okay, man. All right, I'm ready to do this, and we could do a live stream on it as well.
You gonna make me go ahead and
I hope you do a live stream.
I'll buy Madden this week.
I know, because you got all the time in the world. You good.
Yeah,
you need it. Take the time.
We're gonna whoop that ass. Okay.
Quick question. I have a question. When y'all play, or both y'all gonna play, or both of you gonna play with the Eagles?
Nah,
Yeah.
We can flip the coin.
I don't play with anybody else but the Eagles.
I'm just saying.
You come to my house, you ain't gonna have that choice.
Good.
Oh, you one of
Green
them
versus white, bro.
You one of them.
Listen, I said I was being nice, and I said you gonna flip the coin. I'll be damned. This man gonna tell me that's all I play with. Okay.
Can't
so I'm gonna drop the house rules.
Can't be Eagles versus Eagles.
Come on, man. I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
What are you talking about?
Playing when you both
Eagles?
rocking the same team. I hate that.
No, bro, nah. It's all about the skill on the sticks.
I understand that, but but it's all good. All right, okay.
It makes it an even playing field.
You're right. My defense against your you're right. You got it.
Last word.
I'm just looking forward to seeing this matchup. If I'm being real with you.
Facts.
If it
I'm
feels
putting money
nice,
on it,
it
too.
feels nice to be on the sidelines once in a while. You know, last
Yeah.
summer, it was me going up and attempting to break my hip on the Red Bull climb
Hey,
the
but we
pole
appreciate
event,
you for
whatever.
that, though. We appreciate you for that,
And
B.
so now to be able to just sit back on the sideline and watch this one play out, it's a low stakes game, and I love it. I'm still a Super Bowl champion, so that's cool. Super Bowl champion fan.
We both go and still be champions.
I ain't got nothing to live for, but this win, this game here.
Oh damn!
It'll be. We'll do an Ivan Drago.
Bring that
Rocky
bring that
promo. Ev, we need a promo.
I'm in.
This gotta be. You gotta stream this, bro. You gotta stream this, bro. Gotta stream this.
Cozy said Kelly Green versus the interracials would be the elite jersey matchup.
Oh, you wow it out.
Oh, Perk says winner gets a shopping spree in the pro shop.
Okay.
That's a dope bet.
We'll take ideas. Because
we will take some.
I'm gonna get his ass whooped.
Yeah, shot fired.
Listen, hype it up, all right, and then I'm gonna send you some pom poms with your hat, all right? Hype it up.
Get your ass whooped.
Hype it up. Hype it up. That's what
I
I
told you I
love.
was instigating. I told you I was instigating.
You get dragged.
I'm gonna send those pom poms with your hat. Don't worry about it. Oh my God.
Before we get out of here, shout out to Bud Light for holding us down at the tailgate. Shout out to Red Bull for giving us wings. Shout out to Cefeli's Pizza for giving Evan Hollywood Hearn the wings beneath his wings.
Be nice to Lowski now.
Shout out to Lowski, looking as dapper as usual.
There you go.
Black makes you look thinner.
Yo, come on, Flash.
Shout out to Contra Hawk and Italian Bakery, honorary tailgate captain, and also shout out to Crafty John. If you want a chunky chain out here, man, it's the best chunky chains in the business. CraftyJohn.com. Shout out Jesse Wines at Wines Creative. Make sure you reach out to him. Shout out to Smoking and Son. Shout out to Alex in his barbecue skill set, man. And Ev, you did your last word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My last word is get ready for the NFL draft. And get ready for these mock drafts.
And get ready for this Madden game.
Get ready to see Prime get his ass whooped. Get ready to see Prime with a Fu Man mustache.
I love it.
It's gonna be. Guys, in the next one, as always, fly, Eagles fly.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.